This is the Red Line Picture Podcast. Shout out to the Talk About Network. You can find the podcast in all unedited, uncensored audio on their platforms. Shout out Flawless, shout out Sarkans and City.
Every time.
Anyone else you want to shout out?
I'd like to shout out Alan, who's over there.
Because he's not allowed on camera today, apparently.
Voice of God.
Voice of God.
Alright, so last night we went watching a film.
Yeah. So we went to go see new Guillermo del Toro produced film, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah, it's been labelled very well as a Del Toro film just to sell it, like clearly. First 30 minutes, loved it. Cared about absolutely every character in that.
It was...
It made me angry. I mean, after that point, one scene fucked the whole film for me.
Guys, what the fuck did you do? Like, it was you had it, you had us. You absolutely had your audience. It was great for the first act, even to the middle of it. It was superb. Like, we believed the characters, we believed the era that we were in.
You cared about everyone.
You cared about everyone. The dickhead was the dickhead, the bully guy, the jock. You hated that guy, and we'd only seen him for like 5 minutes.
It's not even that. I mean,
it's like us going to a party. You're like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just hate him straight away. Exactly. Yeah. But it absolutely grips. Let's start at the beginning. So,
are you going heavily into spoilers?
Yeah, spoilers, man. This will be spoilers. Fuck,
Right,
I ain't doing two.
Maybe warn the people.
There'll be warnings on the title.
Okay.
Cool, man.
Yeah, spoilers and that
exactly.
shit. I don't know, actually. I don't know if we need to give that much away because it's so convoluted and bollocks at points.
But there's things that I'm going to talk about that will potentially be spoilers. This is going to be spoilers, man.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do this shit twice.
Yeah.
Fuck it. So, the intro, so the title sequence of it has a melody to it that literally I turned to Mike and I said, this is catchy and it is fucking freaky. It is crazy. It was do 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 do.
I started doing the countdown one though, and then I got it complete.
It was mate. I remember it now. See, this is how much it stuck. It was.
It's the only thing what I think tied it all together. Yeah. To be honest, at parts it
really did.
Best thing about the film is literally the score.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any arguing there. Some of the acting is incredible. Yeah. It feels like a lot of it's been took out though in the edit, and you're like, well, that makes no sense now, and that makes no sense now, and
it felt cut and short. Basically, it's about these kids. It was Halloween night. These kids, they go trick or treating. They want to get one up on a bully that's been bullying them for years. They do some crazy shit to him. They fuck him over. It's great. He chases them. They go to one of those drive-in 1960s drive-ins where the guys are watching the big cinema thing. They're watching horror films, and they find a guy who's there by himself, a loner. You know, he's there by himself. He probably is though, isn't he? He's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just here by myself. But
like you do, you go to a drive-through by yourself.
Yeah, they're getting chased by the bullies. They realise that he's the only one in the car. They get in his car. They escape the bullies, and they say, you want to have some real fun? We'll go show you a haunted house. So they go to this haunted house,
which looks a lot like the house, mate.
It does.
It does. Like the new, like the last It film.
Yeah.
But it looks like that house. Like if they actually used the same house, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think you should keep calling that out as well, because we shouted up so many different films that this was kind of like, and they've chopped it from here, and this is like that, and even Terminator at one point. Carried out the whole Terminator 2.
I was like, whoa! It's literally the guy's trying to get through the jail cell thing, and like I was like,
squeeze it. This is Terminator. He puts himself together. He was like Terminator 2. Tries to get through the jail cell. He's like Terminator 2. It's like they chopped the whole scene from it. So, anyways, they get there. They go down into the basement. They find a book. The girl, Stella.
Stella! That's the only thing I was doing every time it was mentioned.
That's what my name popped into my head as soon as he said Stella.
The audience did not enjoy that. I did.
I found it fucking hilarious.
Every time they spoke or said Stella, Mike was Stella. They find a book. Long story short, the book is cursed. It's cursed by a girl called Sarah.
Yep.
Yep. And she writes stories. These stories are about people that actually exist, so the friends and the bully and stuff like that. And when you read the story, it's gonna happen. The story's gonna happen, and it always ends badly for them.
Its final destination with a curse.
Yeah.
Like
Slash Death Note.
Yeah.
To an extent.
It's
I was going to say, it sounds very much like just an opposite way of doing
Death Note.
Death Note, yeah, exactly.
All the way through, it was like, well, that feels like that.
Yeah.
That feels like that. But every time you see someone's gonna come, you'll see a shadow creeping along the wall. It's literally lifted.
Yeah, it really is like Final Destination. You feel it's just. But anyways, we got on board with it. Okay, this film has to flow. It needs to move forward. So, so the first one is the bully, and he victimizes this scarecrow, and this scarecrow is this creepy looking thing. You just leave it the fuck alone.
Jeepers Creepers.
And we're gonna do that all throughout because we literally listed. I'm gonna do a list of all the films that it's like. So he victimises the scarecrow with his mates just to make himself feel hard, as you do. And he's inebriated, and his mum, in the middle of the night, whilst pissed, says, "You forgot to deliver these eggs to this farm at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, these people will surely be asleep," but nevertheless, she makes him go then, and naturally, it's through a giant, massive fuck off cornfield.
Yeah, why are chickens laying eggs in a cornfield?
Who the fuck wants eggs at 3 o'clock in the morning? What is his neighbours stoners? Are they just
No, I'd argue stoners don't even want fucking eggs at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Why not just let him sleep off his hangover and then just go in the morning? But this film had to follow. Anyways, there's a lot of questions here, but it doesn't matter because we know that he needed to be in that cornfield that night for this to work. So that's cool. So anyways, he confronts this scarecrow that he's been victimized, and this scarecrow was fucking freaky.
The look of it is really, really Del Toro. Like it suits a Del Toro film. It's very visually. It's creepy. This part's really done really
It's
well.
done really well.
So he's trying to run away from this scarecrow, and then every time he turns a corner, it's there, and it's just hunting him down slowly. And in my head, I was like, oh, it's Michael Myers.
Exactly. But even before that, he's walking down, he sees the scarecrow, he calls it a dick or something, carries on walking up, and then he sees it again, like down the same path, and he's like, "Whoa, this is weird." And
he's like, "Oh, I'm that drunk, I've walked in a circle."
And leaves it. So he does it, sees it again, walks, and then it's gone. It's just a pole. Just a pole. So we're like, fuck. So this scarecrow's gone. And anyways, like Mike says, there's all the Mike Myers type of feel to it. So you see it kind of disappear into the cornfield for a bit, and then it's in front of him. He tries to run, and it's just slowly kind of stomping towards him. He tries to run, he can't outrun it for some reason, and it gets him.
Probably my favourite death in this film. Fucking pitchfork through your back. Seeing it come through the front, but no blood.
Ooh, then what does it come through as, Mike?
Straw.
What the
fuck? So he starts to turn into a scarecrow.
Yeah.
I rate that.
He's calling back to his house, calling for his mum, screaming.
He's got bits
of straw coming out of his mouth, and he can't quite make it, and his hand starts turning into straw. It's brilliant. Brilliantly done. So anyways, the girl recognises the name in the book that she's read, and she goes, "Oh, it must be this guy because he's gone missing." And naturally the guy's like, "Oh yeah, he's probably just got drunk," and "Oh yeah, it's probably nothing." She goes back to the field with this.
They all go back to the field, and the scarecrow is still the same scarecrow, but he's got his Letterman jacket on. And it's like, she even basically goes, "That's him."
Yeah, that's him. And the guy's like, "You're just trying to scare me." And it's like, dude, like you saw him wearing that jacket. Like, how was she trying to scare you, man? Like, surely. But anyways, there needs to be that. So the next one is I can't remember the name of her other friend. I know there was Chuck, and there was this other guy. Anyway, this other guy, he's kind of the nerdy one. He's the
nerd.
Yeah, the nerd. The geek. I think I said it.
He's the horse of the crew.
Yeah, he's the horse of the crew. Yeah, and he doesn't believe it. Anyways, she's reading the book again. As you do. Augie.
That's
it, yeah.
It's got a fucking stupid name as well. That's why it pissed me off about
Augie.
him. Fucking stupid name.
Augie. So anyway, she reads the book. She sees Augie in it. Naturally, not a name that you come across every day, so it's going to take focus. And it's she realises that in the book's about someone eating a stew. So she goes, "Oh, you don't eat anything. You don't eat anything." He goes, "Fuck you! I'm eating my stew." And she goes, "Don't, because there's a toe in it." And he looks down, and lo and behold, he coughs up this toe. And he goes, "Someone's going to say, they're going to hear a woman's voice saying, 'Give me back my toe.'" Is that the line?
You're going to hear her voice, but you're not realising she's saying the words.
She's saying the words, yeah. So that's almost the twist, yeah. "Give me back my toe." And then, we're kind of, we're like, for fuck's sake, come on, dude. But you hear the voice. And at that point, not one person in the audience said anything. The whisper and the creepiness to this voice, it just made you go, "Oh shit." So anyway, he's running around his house. He didn't run out the house.
No, you ran upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs and to his room. Yeah, runs.
So like you all do. Lock the door.
Because that's not a horror film cliche.
No, not a horror film cliche. No,
no one does that.
This film hits none of those beats.
No.
So he runs to his room, and you see it for the first time. And the first shot of it that you see is the foot missing the toe.
Oof.
Yeah, and then you get the pan up, and this thing is fucking.
It's a zombie. It's an out and out old school zombie. It's
but
rotting. It's got half a toe missing, and it's just crackling its voice.
But Del Toro kind of twist to it. You watch Pan's Labyrinth, you see the creepy thing with the hands and stuff. It almost could be that and a zombie as well, and it just looks fucking horrible. This thing is nuts.
Yeah, it's. So the guy's in his room, gets under his bed. I mean, my guy needs to fucking die at this point. Get in the fucking bin, you fucking waste man, right?
Yeah.
So he hides under there. He looks up. There's no feet, nothing. Starts getting out from underneath his bed.
It's on the bed, isn't it?
Underneath,
Oh, it's on the bed.
under bed.
Right,
Drags him back in.
fairness, you did think it was under bed as well. And I was like, no, it's underneath.
It was underneath.
It's going to be there with him.
And then he starts getting dragged over. He turns over, and then you just see him. Fingernails, scrape. It's a 15, bro. Right, that should have bits of nail, bits of blood
Stuck in
left,
it, yeah.
not just clean lines.
It was a shame. We'll get to that in a second.
So is that actually even physically possible? For you to dig your nails in that hard into a floorboard and pull the floorboard up and not pull your nails off?
I think it depends on what type of wood is.
It's that kind of sort of...
Yeah, part of it I was just like...
It's bits of that, like, that's what really... Parts of horror films just for me just go, that's just never gonna...
Laziness.
Like, there's parts of it that you can properly believe regardless of how ridiculous they get, and then some things you watch them and you just go, that's never gonna happen.
Well, that's not gonna
That's
happen.
just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's just, it pulls you right out of the film.
Completely.
So is that how it felt?
Well, a lot of this film did that to me. I mean...
But at that point, I don't think we were looking at the realisms in this film at all.
No, we
just
do
seen someone with a toe missing walking down the corridor. We're not going, well, that's not going to happen. Obviously, the density of that floor is not going to help this.
But to an extent, it kind of did, because I was like, that annoyed me, because it seems though this is supposed to be a 15.
Yeah.
The only reason this film's got a 15 rating is because they like using swear words. There's no blood, there's no gore.
Right, yeah.
It's just that they like to use the word motherfucker,
Yeah.
I think, and shit and fuck, like, a couple of times. It's the only reason.
You did say that. I thought, anyways, we'll go on to that, because at that point we didn't even know that there was no blood and guts.
Yeah.
Stella and what's the name of the main...
Rodriguez.
Yeah. Is it Ramon or something?
Ramon Rodriguez.
Yeah. Ramon Rodriguez.
Don't roll your eyes, you look like a prick.
Ramon Rodriguez.
Yeah,
He's a guy wearing a very, very tight kind of white little
Literally
jeans.
the straightest you've ever looked.
Probably is.
So basically Stella and Rodriguez, who's been racially abused
Oh yeah.
a lot in this film.
He's
Just
not
because
Asian
he's Mexican.
guy, he's
What
a
year is it
Mexican.
set in? by the way?
68?
What's it?
68, yeah,
Right.
1968.
Oh yeah, because he's a draft dodger.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
that's why he's a loner. It's because he's on the run.
So 68 in America, so yeah, literally all the racial
racial.
hate. Yeah.
Yeah, like. But we'll get back onto the race part in a bit. Yeah, so Stella and Chuck go back round to the house.
Rodriguez.
Look round. Oh, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Look around the house. Nothing. Look under the bed. Move the bed. See the scrape marks, and she's gone. Oh, he's gone. And that is literally the reaction.
Oh shit! Yeah, so the scratch marks lead up until to the wall.
Yeah,
at
to
the
the
back
actual.
of it, and then just disappear. It was this point. This is the point that we're talking about with the nails and things like this, because we spoke about it afterwards when we said in that scene we would have liked to have seen kind of maybe bits of nail dug into the floorboards. If he's using his nails, they would have ripped right out, and maybe kind of
Blood.
patches of blood or just something.
And then on the skirting board when it's
Yeah.
been dragged, like a bloody handprint.
Yeah.
It's just something
You
like.
all you need is one nail.
Yeah.
Just one
But
bloody
you don't.
fingernail.
But
that's it.
there's no excuse for it in this film. If you guys go to see, watch this film, and you see the creature with the missing toe, I mean, it's ballsy anyways. This thing is fucking freaky. There's no reason why they couldn't have put that in. They could put the creature in. There's no reason why they couldn't put bits of nail in, because that creature is fucked up. They've really pushed the mark that far. There's nothing PG-13 about that creature. It was messed up.
Again, I would say there is, because there's no blood.
Maybe not, but
There's no blood and no real gore. It's creepy.
It looks
It's
messy,
creepy as hell.
and the lighting as well. It just looked horrible, man. It was nuts.
Yeah, so
this is the bit, now we're getting to the bit that pulls us out of the film. Up until even that scene, we could forgive these little bits because we still cared about them. The way, the suspense that was built up when Oggy gets taken away, we were worried. Everyone in the cinema was going, you know, how's it going to get him? What's going to happen? You felt for this guy. He was terrified. So we were literally like, we were completely engrossed in this film still. We questioned certain bits, but now we get to the bit that literally pulls us right out of it. They meet up and they discuss Oggy's disappearance. And this is the part of films which I said to Mike is always going to be quite sketchy in a horror film. This is the bit that either you're with it or you're not. And that's when they try to bring realism to the fantasy and try and give real reactions to the situation that's happening. And it's impossible to do it. You can't put a real reaction on this kind of fantasy and myth.
Sorry, my dog's been an absolute bellend.
Mate, you're gonna get.
What's going on down there?
You're actually gonna get stuck. Stop it.
Fat
Stop it.
mongy dog. Right,
Oh,
so yeah, that took us out of the podcast as much as that scene did.
Yeah.
Like absolute horseshit. Like
just horseshit. The acting was questionable at that point. It has been great up until that point.
It'd been really great to that point, but again, I think this is why I think it's been lost in the edit, or they've changed their mind about how they was got the tone in the pitch. Like, is it at one stage was it supposed to be a bloody out and out horror film, or was it a kids film and they bumped it up?
Yeah, to a
To a 15.
darker, yeah.
Is it a PG-13 what they bumped up? Like, because I can't tell from what they've cut.
Yeah, they cut a lot of bits. So anyways, that happened. This is the part where we're now less invested in this film than we were originally.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of, you know, we're maybe a quarter of the way, maybe just closing to the halfway point of the way in. The next person to go is the guy Chuck's sister, and this is a part where we completely lose faith in this film. So fuck you lot who made this film and decided to do this scene. Fuck you lot, because we were so engrossed in it up until that point. We could even forgive because this happens in every horror film. The point where they have the little dialogue, you know, you don't really give a fuck about it. You just want to see the next death. You want to see the next thing that you've seen before. Have the little, you know, okay, we have to figure out what's going on and all that shit. Whatever. All right, just get to the next horror bit. And then the next thing that happens is his sister has a bite.
A spider bite.
Spider bite.
She makes out quite early on it's a spider bite, even though it just looks like a pimple at this point.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, spider bite. Yeah, she.
At that point, you all know what's coming. As soon as she goes, I've got a spider bite on my face.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got a spider bite on my face. Could it be any other kind of bite? No, definitely a spider.
Definitely.
Spider bite.
How many spiders crawl out of her?
Well, we'll get to that. So this little bite goes from a little like pimple like finger to a whole cheek in a minute.
Yeah.
A big, and she's like this, and now all of a sudden you just see a weird black hair pop out of it. And you're like, oh, so that's definitely clearly a spider.
Yeah.
It's not a hair.
Yeah.
This is all horseshit.
Exactly.
She goes to pull it, and it starts moving, and her cheek explodes.
And
But you don't really see it.
No.
Like you see a weird angle where you see a bit of like red on her cheek, and she's just screaming and like
just like thousands of spiders are just crawling all over the place. Everything's the lights are flickering. But this is well, you get the kind of weird mist thing. This is the kind of first obvious kind of final destination part.
Yeah.
You get the black kind of mist going up against the walls and what have you. So anyways, all the spiders are coming out. They read this is happening. They realise that it's Chuck's sister.
Yeah, they run around the school looking for her, find her in the toilets on the second floor. And then my guy just dashes like dirty bog water on her.
Yeah, bog water on her face. Yeah.
Which was dead funny.
Yeah.
Like genuinely dead funny, but like, it's a hard cut from that point,
yeah.
basically. And the next scene says she's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So
what is anyone fucking supposed to think?
That's it. So basically, what happened is after he throws the water over, she's there going, "Oh, get him off," and goes, "You're okay, you're okay, you're okay." She's just panicking. She starts to breathe, kind of contains herself. And then there's an ambulance, you know, wheels her off, takes her away. And the next scene from Chuck is, my sister's gone and we're next.
Is she dead?
Wait, gone where? To the hospital? Yeah, she's alright, dude. You were just talking to her. Like, what? Mike and I were just like, did we just miss something?
Like,
did we miss like
I genuinely thought they'd cut something out and not thought about it. Like
actually a heartfelt
A moment,
grieving.
something. I don't know.
We just don't know what happened. But that's the thing. He didn't. He was just kind of normal in the next scene, and we're like, is she dead? Is she not? Like, why even say that?
That was pretty grim.
That was just ridiculous. Like, why even say that? It doesn't. At that point, we now do not care about this film anymore.
No, that was nailed. Like, I stopped giving a single fuck about this film at this point.
It was like, why even put that line in it? Why not just let her go to the hospital and leave it?
Because everyone would have just thought, do you know what? She's gone to the hospital.
Yeah. Like she did. Like, it's not even like a big deal. Like, she just went to the hospital. Like, just, that's it. Like, why even put that line in? So that's when we became uninvested. And it pretty much just goes downhill from there. I don't even talk about the rest of the film.
I don't think we need to, because we talked about the good part.
Yeah, like, it goes, oh wait, no, the next one is pretty good when Chuck gets taken.
Oh, creepy old woman.
Yeah.
Dude.
So the dog's now still
trying to climb on Alan. It's not a smart dog either.
Mate.
So yeah, the next...
No. Look.
You gotta get drop kicked. No, I'm messing.
Back. Right, go and have a drink, it's warm. Go on. Go.
Oh, fuck it. I'm waiting until this is nearly finished now anyway.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Alright, so... Yeah, next scene. Chuck is said that he's had a dream about dying in the Red Room. As soon as I hear Red Room, we've heard it in, 40 odd different films in the last decade, the words Red Room.
Yeah.
But then it's let on that it's not actually the typical, it's records and some other bollocks and...
Yeah, and he doesn't want to go in there. He goes, I don't want to go in. No, fuck you, I'm going to die in the Red Room. You guys can't make me. She's like, Chuck, come on.
And
I've already killed like loads of our friends. You know, I want you to die as well. Come on, let's go in here.
So he's denied that he's going to go into it and then just walks into it by himself after his friends have gone.
Yeah, she goes, just wait here. So he decides to run around this hospital for no reason at all. Like, if he's going to get caught anyway, we've been caught there anyway, so why even fuck it? There's absolutely no purpose to any what happens after that, apart from to build up this scene.
But that's all it ever felt like after this point. It was, we're going to lead up and then fluff it.
Yeah.
Absolutely bollocks up each big point and then move on and then do a bit of good work and fluff it and just...
Yeah. And just fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, his kind of big bad in this was a white, they call her the white woman with a black eyes and black
blackface.
Yeah, black
Not blackface.
Yeah.
Racist. Generally not blackface.
White woman, blackface. And she goes, why haven't I to say Mississippi?
You're literally going to shout mammy at the end then, do you? Mammy.
And that's how he dies. He just goes, no! And his head explodes. No,
yeah, but then we see her, and it's the same as the cornfield.
Yeah, the scarecrow thing. You see, basically, this is like a fucking troll of a woman. She's massive, fat, but do you know what? This is creepy as well.
She has a bit of a friendly smile on her face.
Yeah, she has like a kind of a mumsy almost smile, like, And she just starts walking towards him really, really, really slowly, and I was like, that's fucking creepy, man. That is fucking creepy. That is fucked up right there. So I wouldn't say I was invested again, but that did freak me out.
And it was more of the look of it. He was like, oh, right, yeah, I can see why.
It's not the typical. When you're watching these films, you expect the horror. You expect a creature going, growling, and like even like the fucking weird toeless woman. It's just plain evil. But this thing was quite. He just didn't understand that it was fucked up.
It was just a weirdness.
He was ignorant to how fucked up it was. So he's trying to run down these halls, and it's just everywhere he looks, and it's still at the same pace, just slowly walking towards him. Here, there, everywhere. He tries to get away, he can't. And then it hugs him. Gives him a great big hug.
And he does, right, so he's surrounded by four of them, walking in like this, right? You're a teenage lad. I don't care what you think. If you think you're going to get gripped, you'd swing. You would swing on that old biddy as hard as you fucking could. Fair enough, when you hit it, you'd probably get his orb, but I would have preferred that instead of him just getting hugged and his orb into
He
it.
just accepts his fate, and he just hugs her back, and he just gets sucked into her belly, and that's it. That's it. That's where it stands. And then after that, it's just Stella, and it's...
They figure out the book, and
the
family made Sarah bad, and Sarah, they eventually get rid of her, and then they leave it so they can have a sequel. What the fuck? You are not getting a sequel. Get in the bin, you pricks.
Look, why? She's now trying to climb over.
Mate. Seriously.
You can't.
We'll be finished in a minute, you fathead. Right, come on.
Nook did not like the film either. Nook's trying to get in.
Does it pretty much end like The Ring? Like the American version
so,
of The Ring?
So we'll go through the films what he definitely ripped off.
Yeah.
Because The Ring was the one I was like, so it's The Ring. It's The Ring. It's The Ring.
Yeah, right at the end. She goes, oh yeah, you weren't really the bad one, sure. So basically, everyone thought she was evil, so she then decided to be evil. But it was her family that were really bad. Spoilers alert. Do you know, we're saving you guys. If you want to watch this film, just don't watch this.
Wait until it's free.
Yeah, wait till it's free. Watch the first 20 minutes and turn it the fuck off. That's it. That's
first 20 minutes.
Seriously.
First 20 minutes, half an hour. First death.
Yeah.
The part after it, then turn it off, because that's a cracking episode of a TV show.
Yeah, brilliant. And there you go. And then just, the rest is just left to the imagination.
It's absolute horseshit.
It is just terrible. Do you know what, though? Do you know what I find? This is what I said to Mike. This is why I'm so pissed off at this film. If this film was dog shit from the beginning, you can set yourself up for a dog shit film, which just makes everything that you do forgivable. Exactly.
Hellboy.
It's just...
The Nun. Well, no, the Nun I think had the first 10 minutes I was alright, I was on board with, but then... Yeah, it's very quick.
You could kind of tell. It was alright, but you could kind of tell. This film, it started off like a good film. It had a great deal of potential. It was like, fucking hell, I'm absolutely 100% invested in this right now. Like, this is now going to be the film that's going to make me go, everyone go watch it. Go see this film, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But the fact that I feel used. The fact that you guys brought us in,
paid for this shit.
Dragged us in, you guys said, here, have this, this is amazing. Yeah, and then you went, fuck you! Fuck you, audience. No, this film is trash. Look at us now. Yeah, look, fuck you. We can just get ended like any other generic fucking film. Guy, girl, get together, they work it all out, it's all good. Do you know what the end as well? I'm not done. Do you know what the end as well, yeah? They figure it out. They go, do you know what? It wasn't really you, it was your family. And and then the girl, cuts herself, and then she starts writing the book. She goes, I'm gonna tell everyone your story. And then the ghost, Sarah's like, okay, I'm okay with that. So your friend isn't gonna die.
There's a weird screaming thing.
Yeah, and then everything's okay. Not once did Stella think, actually, I'm just gonna write my friends back in here as well, actually, because then, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And then at the end, she had the audacity to drive in the car to the middle of God's nowhere and go, we're still going to hunt for my friends, isn't it? Like, Sarah killed them! The person that you're writing about, who's all good, she killed them! It's not where are they, she killed your friends. Because she made stories about how they died. There's no explanation to it.
I want to go back to the racism thing about it, right?
Yeah.
Because it baffled me more than anything in this film, right? So, there's a cop in it. Fuck knows why the cop's in it, right? So he's calling Rodriguez wetback and stuff all the way through, and then
funny. We did not appreciate that.
And for no reason, he just stops. There's no rhyme or reason. He's a bad cop, being a dickhead to everyone, and then just all of a sudden sees the error of his ways and doesn't explain it.
Yeah. He's cool.
It's just the most confused fucking film, writing, edited. I don't know if they filmed 3 films and gone, do you know what? We can make that to one film, and then it just horseshit.
Whatever you guys did, what you did in the first act and part of the middle of it, superb. What you did in the following sections and the finale, just dog shit.
Absolutely.
Just so trash. It was just terrible.
It was.
Which makes the whole film fucking terrible, and it's a shame because it really had us.